What's up, guys? This is going to be my cold weather EDC video. Just going to show you some different gear that I go through when it's really cold in the wintertime. I do make some different changes as to what I carry. First off, before the video starts, let me just tell you this is not a child-friendly video, believe it or not. So don't say I didn't warn you. If you have little kids, get them out of the room. So anyway, certain things don't change, such as watch. You know, it doesn't matter how cold it is or if it's hot or anything. I wear the same couple watches that I own. As far as clothing, I wear the same thing, obviously, long sleeves, jackets, stuff like that in the winter. But there are a couple things that I change. First off, let me talk about headgear. Heads and hands, right? In the wintertime, the biggest change a lot of you guys are going to make are that you either wear a hat of some kind or some kind of gloves. So that's where I'm going to show you the different combinations of what I go through when it's cold. Now, of course, there's different things for different types of cold. The first level, I guess you would say, is when it's just a little nippy. And when it's just a little nippy, I don't want bare hands. I use these mechanics gloves. Got those at Lowe's. That's the gloves I've used in past videos. They're kind of like my work gloves. They're great for all-purpose things. I like them because they're, you know, once they're on, let me throw a glove on here and show you what I'm talking about. They allow a lot of mobility. Okay, I have a lot of dexterity in my fingers. I just really like them. Okay, they're close to the finger. It's not like some winter gloves, which I'll show you in a minute. It's hard. You don't have much movement. You know, you have your fingers, but you're basically like a claw. Okay, you don't have a lot of different movement in your hand. But anyway, I love these gloves. They're great work gloves. They're not super expensive. They're less than 30 bucks. Depends on when you get them. I got mine on sale for like $18, and they have all different sizes. So if it's just a little nippy, just a little nip in the air, I'll do that in combination with like a beanie hat. Alright, and if I don't wear just a beanie, sometimes I'll wear a regular baseball hat with a I have like a thinner beanie that's all stretched out that I wear over the hat. Okay, so basically the brim showing, I like that because I just like the feeling of a baseball cap on my head, but this does actually go down. It's hard to illustrate here without a head, but it goes down and it covers my ears. Alright, because that's the one thing that gets really cold in the winter is your ears. Ears, nose, anything that's sticking out there. So, anyway, that's my setup if it's just a little nippy. Now it starts getting a little bit colder. It's past a nip. So now it's just cold. Just plain cold. That's when I switch over to something like this. Some insulated gloves. Okay, it's got a leather bottom. The difference here with these gloves is that because it's thicker, they're good gloves, but I don't have as much mobility because each finger is fatter with material. You got the you know, the cold weather insulation, and then you have the layer of the actual glove itself. Then you got some leather padding, so it just gives me less mobility. This is fine if you're shoveling, stuff like that, you know. But I don't have as much individual movement. It may look like it on camera, but you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So once it actually just gets plain cold, I'll grab those gloves, and of course my new hat here, that trapper hat. And what's cool about the trapper hat is if it's not super cold, this snaps up top here, just like so, and you don't need those ear flaps. Okay, but once it gets a lot colder, that's when you want to just drop them down, and it offers a lot of warmth. It's really, really comfortable, very cozy. Great hat. Alright, so now we're past cold. We're into just holy crap. You know, holy crap cold. And when it becomes holy crap cold, this is what I grab. I grab some heavy duty winter gloves, also insulated. But these are, you know, just a thicker, waterproof, you know, so if I'm dealing with a lot of snow, shoveling, that kind of thing, it offers even more protection. Now when you get gloves like this, for me, this material wristband is a must, because I've had gloves without it before, and you just get snow in there and it's horrible. It's like if you're wearing, I don't know, if you're wearing sneakers instead of boots, you know, and your pant leg, you get that snow that goes inside by your ankle. That is killer. That will kill you. I hate that. That's real smart. I'm putting a right-handed glove on my left hand. So anyway, even thicker, even more warm, even more protection. But the thicker and the bigger we get, the less mobility we have. I don't have a whole lot of mobility here. You can see it covers up on the arm real nice, but there's not a whole lot I can do. It's basically a crab claw grip, you know. So I go with those gloves, and I just recently got one of these, which I love. This is a Carhartt full face, you know, head, neck, I guess mask you would call it. It's really warm, it's really cozy, really thick, and I don't have them here. Forgot to grab them, but usually go with a pair of sunglasses. Now, it would be ideal to have some kind of snow goggles to go along with this, but I don't own any, so I just go with sunglasses to keep the wind out of my eyes. But really, really cozy, really warm. This thing's like, I don't know, 12 bucks. It's definitely worth it. So, now we're at holy crap cold. You might be thinking, Jeff, what could possibly be next? Well, once you get past holy crap cold, there's only one thing that's going to save a man. And here it is. It's not so tactical, but it'll keep you warm. Nice little drawstring front here. Plenty of room in there. And that's what keeps me warm in the winter. now you see why I didn't want any kids watching the video. Anyway, don't ask me where I got, well, I'll tell you where I got it. I'm sure I'll get tons of messages. This is actually my grandfather's. And I think some little old lady knitted this for him. I know this sounds horrible. And no, he didn't wear it, you sickos. It's just kind of a gag thing. But yeah, that'll certainly keep you warm. And lastly, knives. Of course I have to talk about knives because you know what? In the wintertime, my knife EDC does change. Now, there's kind of a caveat to this. I still carry folding knives. I carry folding knives all year round. I love folding knives. But in the wintertime, in addition to a folding knife, I have to carry a fixed blade. For if nothing else at all, when I get into the really cold weather, and I'm wearing gloves like this, or even these gloves, different folding knives become harder to open. You know, obviously you got your Spydercos and stuff. I mean, today I happen to have the military in my pocket. Actually, let's try to see how hard it is to open this, or not hard, with these gloves. I'm right-handed, so let me grab both. Whoop, it's the hat, not a glove. Grab both right-handed gloves here, just to give you an example. And wait, grab that utility, or my work glove too. Hold on a second, it's here somewhere. There it is. Alright. Let's go through the levels here. Mechanics work glove. Spider hole. Pretty easy to manipulate. Alright, liner lock. You can even flick it out, it's not that hard. Alright. Then we go up a level to this glove. It's get a little bit more difficult. Hard time getting the liner lock. Be lucky if you don't close that on your thumb too. But not impossible. You know, you can still manipulate it, do your cutting chores, closing it. But difficult. It's not as fast as it was. Not impossible, just harder. And then finally, this glove. A little flick action to get that out there. I have a hard time actually rotating around to use the liner lock. I'll be honest, I don't know if I can do it with this glove on. I can't do it. When I'm pushing down here, the material is bunching up. I mean, because I got this extra floppy material on my thumb. And the glove's on all the way. It's just there's a lot of material in there, the insulated material too. Hard time rotating the knife in my hand. I can't do it. Let me skip right to the fat glove here. With a real thick glove like this, alright, you got this on your side. It's easy to get to. There you go. Easy to put away. So that's why I like fixed blades for the winter time. I also have a Kydex sheath for this knife as well, which I have a tech lock. It's not on there right now, but works really well. So that's the Canadian Bark River knife and tool. So that's one option I use in the winter. I use actually most often I will grab that knife, but I have some other knives that I use as well. K-bar, TDI, another great fixed blade. Although this is specifically designed for defense, you can use this in a utility situation, which I have before in the past. I also have, here's a knife you haven't seen, but I've had for a while. This is a Nemesis knife with the Columbia River knife and tool shoulder harness rig on it. Awesome setup. Beautiful little knife. S30V stainless. Great little knife. Really meant for defense. But again, I would wear this over my clothing, underneath my jacket. Just, you know, flap the jacket, the front open. It's under your armpit. Grab it and go. Another option. And the last knife, which I've only used once last year when it was really cold, but kind of a throwback. This is the Benchmade Model 100, the original Model 100, with a little safety there. And it's a river rescue knife, but just another option in the fixed blade realm. So anyway, that's it. That's my what I do in the cold weather EDC options. And in most cases, if you like a folding knife with a thumb stud, that's where you have the downfall. I prefer thumb studs on most of my folders. I've said that before in the past. But when you're wearing gloves and it's cold outside, a thumb stud is a nightmare to open. That's with a Spyderco or any brand really with an opening hole really benefits you. Alright? Because it doesn't matter how thick the pad of your thumb is, you can find that opening and manipulate it. Where again, as a thumb stud, a little bit hard to get, especially if it's close to the frame. We got a fat glove on, forget it. It's impossible. So, just want to make that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, guys.